Hello and welcome to my 2025-2026 Sky Bet League One very early predictions. Hope you do enjoy this predictions video, although they are only my predictions, so don't forget to hit that subscribe, like the video and share with others. So yeah, let's just dive straight into my very early predictions for the 25-26 Sky Bet League One season. Into the relegation zone, we go from 21st to 24th, 4 teams going down in League One, of course. So I am going for Wimbledon in 24th spot. I think Johnny Jackson's side only beating Walsall a week ago, of course, in the playoff final, and they are going to really struggle this season, in my opinion. And yeah, I think they will finish bottom. I just don't think they are quite as powerful as the likes of Doncaster, Port Vale and Bradford, who also came up with them. They are a decent playoff side. Johnny Jackson got them playing some nice football in League Two, but I just don't think they're going to cut it in League One with the amount of decent teams that are in this league and probably can roll you over quite comfortably. So yeah, 24th spot, I'm back in Wimbledon. 23rd spot, I'm backing Northampton, just because they've lost a few loan players this season who left from last season and into this season. They have lost them and let this, they make them permanent deals, like Tyler Roberts and Foster. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think that one might be a permanent deal. But yeah, I think Northampton are really going to struggle this season, and they've still got Sam Hoskins, who's going to be floating around a few other League One clubs. So yeah, backing Northampton to finish 23rd. Into 22nd, we've got Peterborough United. I think Darren Ferguson, living off his father's history a bit, if they lose Kwame Poku, Ricky J. Jones and a few others, they are going to be in some real bother. Peterborough United, that is why I've got them in 22nd spot, and I could see them really struggling next season with it done and Odo. There's not many players that are going to keep Peterborough up at the end of the day, and I can see them maybe going back to Grant McCann. I can see the manager merry-go-round linking around with Doncaster and all sorts going on there. So yeah, going 22nd, Peterborough United. And the final relegation spot, I am going for Mansfield. I just think Nigel Clough's side will struggle a lot this season, and I don't think they will be as good as last season, even though they had a really poor end to the season. I think that will carry on, and I think they will be the final team to get relegated in 21st spot. So yeah, no, I think Nigel Clough and his side won't be up to this as much as they were last season. I could see them getting relegated. They have Lee Gregory up front, but I think he could be leaving the club. They've still got Maris. They've got a decent back line of Cargill and Flint, who could definitely keep them up, but they haven't been great this season. Their best position is at left back with McLaughlin, one of the best left backs in the league last season, even though they finished down in 17th, did Mansfield. So yeah, backing them to finish in 17th, not 17th, but that's where they finished last season. I'm backing them to finish in 21st and relegated. Into the lower mid-table / relegation battle teams. Now, in 20th place, I've got Gary, Caldwell and Exeter. And I think the likes of Port Vale, Bradford and Doncaster will be stronger than Exeter City this season. And that is why I've got them in a relegation battle. End of the season pretty poorly, from what I remember anyway. I know that they picked up a few results towards the end, but it was still a pretty dismal season from January onwards. They were absolutely terrible. Deserved probably, well, they were one of the worst teams in that period. So yeah, backing Exeter to finish down in 20th and then just to narrowly avoid the drop. And then it is another promoted side in Doncaster Rovers. I've got them in 19th place. I think Grant McCann probably might get sacked. He likes getting sacked. And when he gets to League One, he does a cracking job in League Two, then he manages to get sacked. So yeah, Doncaster going in 19th. I don't really know much about them. Sorry, Doncaster fans. But yeah, I'm backing them to finish in 19th and just get over the line and stay up. Better than Exeter City did, and yeah, that would be a successful first season back for Doncaster Rovers in Sky Bet League One. Into 18th place, I am going for Bradford City. I just think Bradford will get the job done and they'll get over the line. Their fans will get them playing football at home, and they will be very difficult opposition to break down, of course. So that is why I am backing Bradford City to stay up quite comfortably. Well, not comfortably, 3 places above the drop, but I think they will stay up here. Will Bradford? So yeah, Bradford in where is it, 18th spot, and into the final spot. It is the final slot of the promotion from League Two, and that is Port Vale and Darren Moore. Experienced manager at this level, probably could have put them a bit higher depending what they invest in the summer and all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm backing Port Vale to finish in 17th and the best of the promoted sides in this one. So yeah, I think he's a very experienced coach at this level, is Darren Moore, and he got Port Vale out of League Two. Not quite pissing the league, but he got them out nonetheless. And yeah, so Port Vale in 17th spot. Into 16th spot, I'm going Burton. They had a very good end to the season under Gary Bowyer, didn't they? And they were a very difficult opposition to beat. Chalk, the main players, Orsi as well for Burton Albion in this one, and yeah, they deserve to stay up quite comfortably in the end. They only finished 1 point ahead of Crawley, but they were saved before the final day, so that's maybe why they did go a bit easy. Billy Bowden, they'll have enough to stay up quite comfortably, and Gary Bowyer, unless he gets pinched by another League One side or League Two side that is offering him high money like MK Dodds, then I cannot see Burton Albion getting relegated, and that is why I have them in my 16th spot. Into the mid-table spots, we go between 11th and 15th, and in 15th spot, I have got Stevenage and Alex Ravel. I'm just going for 15th because of the competitive nature of Sky Bet League One this season, and I think they might struggle a little bit because there's a lot better teams. I know there was Birmingham and Wrexham last year, but I think League One was actually weaker than last year than it is this year, and it's a lot tighter league this year. So yeah, that is why I've gone for Alex Ravel and Stevenage at the back. I was going to talk about their defensive. That's why I said at the back. Piergianni and Good, some really, really good defenders that can keep you in this league quite comfortably and get you around that mid-table mark. So that is why I've gone for Stevenage in 15th spot. I've gone for Rotherham United in 14th spot. Not really got going under Steve Evans last season, and I could really see them struggling again this season unless some magician comes in and they spend big in the summer and they get a decent coach in. So Rotherham I could see really, really struggling again, and that is why I've got them down in 14th spot and having problems of their own. Lincoln City I have got in 13th, just another traditional mid-table season for Lincoln, and yeah, I could see them really, really well. Michael Scabala's side are just solid and got a good back line underneath them. So yeah, Lincoln in 13th spot in this one. I think they've got Hackett, a lot of other decent players, but yeah, they're just a well-rounded mid-table League One side in my opinion. And then into 12th place, another mid-table rounded League One side is Blackpool and Steve Bruce. Jordan Rhodes, I think, is retiring at the end of the season. Could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah, I think Blackpool will finish 12th in this one. And they've got Ashley Fletcher still banging the goals in for them, and they've got a few decent players at the back as well, and they'll be fine under Steve Bruce. Maybe do a little playoff charge, but I just can't see it personally under Steve Bruce. So yeah, back in Blackpool to finish up in 12th in this one. And then into the final spot, I do have Wycombe Wanderers and Mike Dodds. Real drop-off last season after losing Matt Bloomfield, and then they appointed Mike Dodds, and they didn't really get going. I think the Kone injury may have hindered them, but then he didn't get firing when he came back from injury, did he? So yeah, that is why I've gone for Wycombe in 11th. I just don't think they're going to be good enough this season to compete with the big guns. And yeah, back in Wycombe to finish up in 11th, but yeah, nowhere near the dizzy heights of last season. So yeah, Wycombe in 11th, Blackpool in 12th, Lincoln 13th, Rotherham 14th, and Stevenage 15th. And that is my mid-table predictions. Let's jump into the top 10 now. Into the 7th to 10th places we go and pushing the playoffs, and in 10th spot I've got Barnsley. If they get the appointment right, maybe they go back for Michael Duff. I think they will be in and around the playoffs, a bit like they were last season until they eventually fell away and Darryl Clark left the club. So yeah, I'm back in Barnsley for another decent season for them. I know it's a bit bold putting them ahead of the likes of Wycombe and Blackpool, but yeah, I'm back in Barnsley in 10th place in this one, just because I think if they get the appointment right and spend a bit of cash with the American investors, they will be fine and might even just push for them playoffs. So yeah, back in Barnsley to finish up in 10th. Into 9th place. A surprising one, probably you would think, and I've gone for Wigan Athletic and Ryan Lowe. I just think he's a great coach for this division. Wigan can build on last season from what happened towards the end. They looked okay. They didn't concede many goals, didn't score many either. But yeah, I think Wickham will be well drilled under Ryan Lowe, and they can definitely kick on and maybe push for playoffs the season after this one coming up. So yeah, Wigan, that'd be a solid season for them, up in ninth, and I could see them really doing well after losing Asgard as well to Luton, who is come back down to this division. Mental to say, I know. So yeah, Wigan up in ninth. Into eighth spot, I'm going Reading. They missed out on the playoffs last year. I'm going for them to miss out on the playoffs again. I know they've got new owners now. I just don't think they're going to be able to spend still as much in the summer as they would like. But if they can, they would definitely be a playoff chasing team, and maybe even automatics. Who knows if they do get the... I know they've got some owners, but I don't know how good they are. See what happens in the summer. So yeah, not a lot to say on Reading. Harvey Knibb's brilliant player. I think he's going to get poached by somebody else. Into seventh spot, I've gone for Leyton Orient. I think getting in the playoffs and losing those playoffs last week against Charlton was really unlucky, but yeah, I'm back in Leyton Orient to finish seventh and just miss out on the playoffs. Richie Wellens, very, very good job. They've got star players of Kelman, Donnelly. I think Donnelly's only on loan, and that might be an issue. They might need to try and get him permanently. So yeah, I'm just back in Leyton Orient to miss out on the playoffs. I just think it's a bit more competitive this year with the teams in and around, and the new managers that will be in the clubs. I think they got slightly lucky last season, but they were there on merit, and they actually probably did deserve to get in the playoffs. So yeah, back in Leyton Orient into seventh, and that is my playoff pushing teams in Leyton Orient, Reading, Wigan and Barnsley all in. And now let's jump into the juicy stuff of the playoffs and the automatic promotion spots. So into the playoffs we go, and in sixth spot I have got Bolton Wanderers. I think they'll have a better season under Steven Schumacher this season. The new manager bounced in February when he came in. They decided they were in and around the playoffs, weren't they? So yeah, I think Bolton will be around and in the playoffs again. I think they will actually get in the playoffs this time. I think they didn't try towards the end of the season. They had kind of nothing to play for. We'll find out if Steven Schumacher is the real deal this season, because we don't know what it was like at Plymouth. Was he just living off the Ryan Lowe tactics? We'll never know in that one. So yeah, backing Plymouth to finish Bolton to finish sixth, and they have one of the bigger squads, one of the bigger budgets they'll be looking to spend in the summer and try and get out of this league for like the 400th time, it feels like now, for Bolton. And yeah, I'm backing them to get in the playoffs. In to fifth spot we go. I'm going for Huddersfield Town. They have to get this appointment right. They have to get the next managerial appointment right. They've got backing financially. They're one of the biggest sides in this league, and that is why I'm backing them to finish in fifth place. They surely have to try and get promoted. They have to go for automatic this year, considering how weak the top of the league will be. So yeah, I think they might get in the playoff final, might even win it. I think they could definitely go up via the playoffs, and maybe even automatically if they spent the correct money. If they lose Josh Carrera, a few others, Ben Wiles as well, to championship clubs, then they might be in a bit of trouble and might not even get in the playoffs. They need to get the appointment right though first. Into fourth spot, it is Cardiff City. They have the backing financially, or do they? They've got some ownership problems with that Chinese owner, I think, with where we tried to make the Red Dragons and all that jazz. I think he's still in charge of Cardiff, as they went back to the Bluebirds all them years ago. But we're talking about them now, and it is looking really, really bleak for Cardiff City. I put them fourth because I just think they'll struggle a lot more than the three teams that I've put above them. I just think the weakness of League One will carry them through here into the playoffs. And yeah, I think Cardiff fans will want to be reading a fourth place here. I just think they'll really, really struggle. I think Luton and Plymouth will be a lot stronger than Cardiff are. I don't know what else they're going to have to somehow keep hold of some of their players like Perry and G Rules, I think, as well. So yeah, Cardiff in fourth. Into third place, I have gone for Stockport County. Dave Challoner did an amazing job last year at Stockport and narrowly missing out to Leyton Orient on penalties in that playoff second leg, of course. But yeah, I think Stockport will be back for more and they will want to get in the playoffs. Tricky customers when they play Birmingham twice, as I know. I've watched the 2 games. They were very good against us and probably they did deserve to get promoted because they were the 3rd best team in the league. So yeah, I think Stockport will be gunning for more as be gunning for promotion again. So that is why I'm backing them to finish in 3rd position here. And yeah, backing Stockport County to get in the playoffs. They might even win it, but I think the playoffs are going to be really tight in League One this year. Into the automatic promotion spots, second place, I have gone for Plymouth. I think Luton are stronger at the moment, and that's why I have gone for Plymouth ultimately. They need to get the managerial appointment and not appoint Wayne Rooney as head coach. So yeah, that is why I have gone for Plymouth in second. I think Luton will be a bit more stronger in first with the likes of Chong and all those, Chong, Morris, Nakamba, and I think some of them will leave like Doughty and all those. But yeah, Plymouth in second. I've gone for Bundu. I think Bundu will leave. Sorry. But yeah, I think Plymouth will be fine. They'll get promoted. They'll bounce back, and if they get the managerial appointment right, they will go straight back up to the Championship at the first time of asking. So yeah, and then Luton Town to win the league, of course, quite comfortably. I reckon they might even get over 100 points if they keep hold of some of their players. So yeah, backing Luton to win the league here and get the job done in this one. And yeah, Luton to win the league, Plymouth finishing second, and that is my 25-26 early League One predictions done and wrapped up. So yeah, Luton and Plymouth first and second. Bounce back on the first time of asking. Thank you very much for watching my League One very early predictions, of course. Don't forget to hit that like button, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one, which will probably be Club World Cup prediction. I'm just waiting for FIFA to update their website so I can do it. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And thank you for watching. I'll speak to you on the next one.